What up, guys? Welcome back to The Educated Barfly. Today we're doing yet another ice machine review. These ice machines just keep getting better and better and better and better. And so I'm really excited to unveil for you guys the Ecozy Nugget Ice Machine. This Nugget Ice Machine is much like the other ice machines on the market, but with a couple of major improvements from anything else you will find in the market, and you find it at the low price of $340. I don't know how they do it, but the price on these Nugget Ice machines keeps getting lower and lower, so you have absolutely no excuse but to have a Nugget Ice machine on your counter if you are making cocktails or just love Nugget Ice in your drinks. The improvements on this are pretty straightforward. You can actually see most of them with your eye. Now they have these really nice display screen on the top of the ice maker, which gives a lot of information. Not only does it give ambient temperature of the room, it gives you the temperature inside the machine, it gives you the time, and then it also has Wi-Fi capability, which you'll see an icon right here that has Wi-Fi. That's really important because it connects to an Ecozy app, and that Ecozy app gives you all sorts of very easy settings to go through, like setting date and time, whether you want the time to be 24-hour or 12. It also allows you to schedule on and off. As long as it has water in it, you can schedule it to start a Nugget Ice cycle, or you can also schedule delayed times. So if you want it to start in 4 hours so that as soon as you get off the plane from that work trip and you rush home, you will have a full bin of Nugget Ice. And speaking of water, if it is low on water, it will alert you through the app that it is low, and it will also tell you when the bin is full of ice so that you know that it has stopped its cycle and you are ready to take the ice out of the bin. The other thing that's really nice about this machine is that the bin is fully removable. So what I like to do with my Nugget Ice machine, and one of the flaws I think in some of the previous ice machines that I've reviewed, is that the bin is kind of clunky to get out. This has a really easily removable bin so that when I put ice inside another bin and put it into my freezer, it's just really easy to pour it in. And the other thing is that in previous machines, the ice machine doesn't hold ice well. The inside of the machine usually doesn't chill very properly. And so what happens is that you get your nice ice. So if you just leave it inside the machine and you have the ice machine hold the ice, that ice inside there isn't kept at a low enough temperature so that it slowly melts and then has to make another cycle. And so I usually will just harvest my ice right out of the machine and put it in the freezer so I can use it as a later date. So I always have Pebble Ice on hand. But this machine does really well at holding ice. So I made a batch of ice and held ice for about 36 hours. And in that day and a half, it completely held the ice. It did not have little tiny shards and pieces in there, meaning that it wasn't melting as much, meaning that the machine actually keeps the ice at a very nice temperature. So this is a very good improvement on some of the other ice machines out on the market. So this ice machine makes 44 pounds of ice per day, and I'm happy to report that you will have your first full batch of ice in about an hour. Previous machines would take about an hour and a half to do that, so it's a 30-minute improvement for like a full batch, but you will start having harvestable ice in the machine at about 30 minutes. So you can start taking ice out of it a little bit quicker. One just last vast improvement on this machine from any previous models is not only does it schedule everything for you on the app, but it also works with Google Home Assistant and Alexa, so you can work it into your home automation. This machine has a nice see-through front. It has, what I would typify as sort of club lighting in there. It's just a nice blue light in there so you can see what's going on and you can see how full your basket is. And the dimensions are pretty small, so if you have had previous models like the Opal or the GE, the footprint is getting a little bit smaller. It's still a pretty tall machine, but it needs to be. But they really did a very good job in just making it as compact as it possibly can be without giving up any of the improvements that you find in the machine. So it still gives you the same amount of ice, but they made the footprint smaller so it's not going to be completely intrusive on your kitchen counter. Oh, and big thing for a lot of people, very big thing for me, especially because we're always making videos, it runs pretty quietly. That's the other thing, is that previous Nugget Ice machines are pretty loud and you can really hear them, and it can be very distracting or annoying when you're just going about your daily life and you're hearing this machine whir. But they have gotten this machine to run pretty quietly. So I'm not going to say that it's noiseless, but it is not intrusive in its sound, and it runs pretty silently. And when it's not making ice or it's just holding ice, it is almost completely silent. And just like the other Ecozy machines that we have done previous to this one, it has a built-in TDS meter, which is really important because the harder your water, the more mineral buildup is going to go inside the machine, and then the more you're going to have to clean it out. It also has a self-clean cycle as well. Speaking about cleaning it out, so cleaning it is a cinch, but you don't want to have a lot of that mineral buildup because then you're going to have to run like Cavisa or some kind of descaler through the machine. I don't really like doing that because I hate having to flush chemicals out of the machine. So using bottled water or using even distilled water, just stuff that just isn't very hard, that doesn't have a lot of mineral content, is going to vastly improve the performance of the machine. Sometimes it's hard to tell how hard your water is, or from the water source that you get, you just don't know. And so that TDS meter, measuring the total dissolved solids, is going to help you figure that out. We've had a few other machines that have done this in the past, but it is also a very big improvement on some of the other machines where you actually have to pour water into the cavity of it. Instead of that, it actually has a removable tray that you just pull out, you fill it with water, you close it up, you put it back in, and it's just really easy and clean. You're not spilling water. You don't have to put water into a different receptacle or try to fit small little, canisters or jars into the machine to get water into the cavity of it. It's just very, very, very convenient and nice and clean and easy, and you're not spilling water every time you're trying to make ice. So I don't know how many of you guys are ready to move on a nugget ice machine, but holidays are coming up and it's a great gift for that bar or cocktail enthusiast, or just, nugget ice enthusiast. You can save someone a trip to Sonic to get your bag of nugget ice. The full retail price is $3.99 and it is on sale on Amazon right now for $3.40. So get while the getting's good. Got it? All right, all this talking about ice machines makes me want to make a cocktail. So we're gonna take a little milk punch and we're just gonna put about 4 ounces into this glass, maybe a little less. Grab our Pebble Ice here. And we're just gonna layer a little Angostura bitters on top. Layer a little ice in there. Here we go, this one's good. And there we have a deconstructed whiskey sour.